Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day so far. Last week before I went on vacation, I did a quick little video on how to do a quick and easy contour, one you could just throw on real quick before you're out the door, on the way to work, school, whatever, nice and quick and easy. And this week I'm going to do a video on a little bit more of an in-depth contour. Like I said last week, there's lots of different ways to contour. You can contour with cream products or with powder products, but I actually had a lot of requests for a powder contour video, and that happens to be my favorite way to contour. So I have decided to do an in-depth powder contour tutorial for you tonight. So I'm going to start by letting you know that I already primed my face. I actually put a little bit of a moisturizer on too, just because my skin's extra dry from vacation. Then I primed my face. I used the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I still do not have my Unique Touch Glorious Primer in, but hopefully it'll be coming soon. And I also did my foundation, which is right in front of my face. I used the Touch Mineral Liquid Foundation, and you guys have seen me apply it a million times. If you haven't, you can look down below. There's a bunch of videos with me using it, or you can message me and I can send you a video of me using it as well. This stuff is liquid gold, I promise. Another thing, after you do a liquid foundation on your face, you are going to want to set it. Especially in our problem areas, up on foreheads, under eyes, chins, the nose area, it tends to crease a little bit. So you always want to set it to make sure it holds better. But the good news is, if you are using our Touch Mineral Liquid Foundation, you do not have to worry about that because it is a liquid, but it dries as a powder. The reason setting your makeup is so important, especially when you're contouring, is other than keeping it in place, the powder finish really helps to blend the colors together more. So if you are using a liquid foundation that does not dry as a powder, you're going to want to go through and set everything on your face. But if you're using this, you don't have to. So we are going to get started. I know you guys have seen me apply my concealer a million times, but I do think it's an important part of contouring, so I am going to start by doing that. As always, I am mixing together the Touch Mineral Skin Perfecting Concealer in this shade Velour. I mix it with the BB Flawless Cream, especially right now my skin's a little bit dry, so it'll help give it a little bit more hydration, but also this is too dark for me. If you are looking for a skin perfecting concealer color that is good to contour with, I would suggest Scarlet or Organza. I just ordered Scarlet, so I will be able to show you that one in a few weeks. But for now, I mix it with the cream color BB cream, and it just makes it a lot lighter. You want a lighter color because it's going to brighten this whole area in the center and really bring the contour together in the end. So I've just mixed it together. I used a little piece of paper, and I'm going to go on. This is one of our cream shadow brushes, but I use it to apply foundation. And you are just going to go through and make a line on your nose, and a line here, here, and then under the eye like that. Then you can do the same on the other. And again, I'm so sorry about this lighting. I am working on it, I promise. I was going to do this in the daylight today, but didn't work out the way I had planned, so for now I'm stuck in this yellowy lighting. But this color is a little bit yellowy anyway, because Velour is for a little bit more yellow undertones, which is why I need the Scarlet, because I'm more into the lighter the concealer, the better. The lighter concealer, the better the highlight. So what do you say? What are you gonna do? So I am going to go in and make sure that's all set. Then I am going to go up here and just do a couple little lines on my forehead. Nothing crazy, not even a ton of product. Then I will just go down my nose, on my chin, and a little bit right here on my Cupid's bow. I know you've all seen me do this a million times, so I'm just kind of going a little bit quick. I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender. I don't want to talk about it. Both of my big Beauty Blenders are now missing. I remember specifically packing it somewhere on vacation to make sure that it was safe, and somehow it did not come home with me. So for now, I am using this little guy, so it's going to take a little bit longer, unfortunately, but I will just try to get through this as quick as possible. This little guy is from Unique. It comes in a kit with a bigger one. Like I'm sure I've told you before. I get a little bit on the eye too. And it's really an awesome product, especially for getting in the corner. But for doing this whole area, the bigger ones definitely pay off. just because, you know, it covers more surface. I do dampen them a little bit before I use them. I feel like it helps. The cool thing about a beauty blender, you don't want to go like this. You want to just dab over and over and over. And the more you do that, the more blended you will be. So you're just going to keep going through. Again, sorry, this light is just absolutely terrible, but you guys will get the idea, especially once I get that contour going. Go up here, just blend, 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 and you can kind of bring it a little bit higher when you blend it. If I fix this a little bit, maybe you guys will get a better. Then down the nose. Lastly, just get that little Cupid's bow. And then you can go in here. Kind of blend it all out. So now we are blended. Nice and blended. A little bit more here. So now we are going to begin contouring. Now, there are so many different powder products you can use for contour, and to narrow it down for this video was one of the easiest things I've ever had to do in my life, because I only use bronzer. You could use brown eyeshadow, you could use a brown powder, you could use a concealer that is darker than your normal shade. You could really use anything that is brown. Let's be honest. But in my opinion, bronzer is the very best thing to use. I was addicted to Chocolate Souffle by Too Faced for years and years and years, but I'm over it now. This is my new favorite to contour with. I love that it has this shade that is more of a matte shade, and then it also has the shimmer. Comes in 3 different shades. I think this is the darkest one, but you know, it's really not that dark for a bronzer. These are absolutely amazing. In the summer, I would recommend highlighting with, you know, the shimmer and the dark. Doesn't really make a difference. But in the winter, I like to use the matte shade a little bit more. There's a lot of different brushes that you could use when doing this, but I have a favorite brush to use. It is actually a brush that used to come with our cream contour, well, cream and powder contour kit, but now it's sold separately. But honestly, it is probably my favorite brush that we have. Woo, I'm getting product out there like, whoa. It has 2 sides. It's absolutely amazing. This side is great for the contour and sculpting. This is good for concealer, blush, under eye powder, anything you could want to use this for. Both sides are absolutely amazing, and I probably use this brush more than any other brush I have. So we are going to start by getting some product on the brush. Like I said, I'm using the matte side. And when you start your contour, we didn't get too in depth on this last time, but you want a line here. You could go in and kind of round it a little bit, almost like, you know, if you were to like be painting like a doll face on, you maybe round it a little bit more, but the whole point of contouring is thinning out your face, so we don't want to add any more roundness to our faces, especially not mine. So I am going to just do the straight line. You don't want to bring it all the way to your mouth, because like I said, you will look like a doll. But if you just kind of start here, and I usually kind of like settle it in and then just bring it down like that, that is a very good start. Then you can go in and you can go on the other side. Sorry, my hair is a disaster. And do the same thing. And here's the thing, guys, this is not going to be exactly where you're going to want to put it on your face. I just want to make sure you guys can see this. On your face, it might be in a different spot. Play around with it, see where it looks best on you. But as a rule of thumb, you want to start around the top of your ears and kind of come about halfway down your face. Now you are literally just going to go through and blend, blend, blend. I usually kind of do this and blend it this way. Don't know if you can see what I'm doing. And then the same over here. Blend it. And then I will go in with a bigger brush, a Morphe. I don't know what number, it doesn't say, but obviously I destroyed it. Put a tad bit more product on, and then kind of just put it on and do a bigger blend. Just gonna do that on the other side as well. That's basic. We did that last week. You guys know what's up with that. The next spot we are going to contour in, which I can't remember if we did in the video last week, is right down here on the jawline. you can just make a line going across your chin like that. And then go ahead and in, starting right kind of behind the ear and going down as well again. And then again, we're gonna go in, I put a little bit more product on and just blend, 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 blend. You could blend with this brush too. You could blend with this side if you wanted to. You could do whatever, but I just like blending with this big brush. Keep in mind, as sharp and structured as we do want that line, we have a way that we're going to touch it up later, which we didn't do in the last video, but we're going to do it today, and you'll see it's going to straighten up that line and make it nice and smooth. Now, a couple other places that we're going to contour that we did not last time. You can take a brush like this. You could use the side of this brush. You could use whatever you want. For today, I'm just going to use this brush because I think it'll be the easiest. And we are going to contour our nose. A lot of times when you see certain actors or actresses on TV and people are like, oh, have you gotten a nose job? They will tell you it is just a good contour, and I believe them because a contour can change your nose. So you're going to go in with the bronzer and the brush, just kind of like this. And you're going to want to start at about your eyebrows and literally draw down the side of your nose. Remember, while you are doing this process at several times, you will look crazy. So yeah, so they're gonna go with that. You're gonna have those lines. Another place that you are going to wanna put it is right under your lip a little bit, just like this. That is actually gonna make a shadow, and you can already notice it's gonna make your lip look fuller. You just wanna make sure to blend. That one I try to just blend with my finger. And then this one I'm actually going to blend with this brush. I'm just gonna blend it, blend it. And it will blend nice and easy down the side of your nose. Sometimes the trouble that I have, the hard part that I have blending it in is up here. So if you need to kind of go like this with your fingers a little bit to get some excess product off. If not, you can just kind of go down the nose like that. And you can already see how detailed and how structured it has made my nose. Like you can just see the difference just like that. So simple. Okay, now that we have the basics on, we are going to do my favorite part of doing a contour. We are going to bake. What is baking? Baking is something that the drag queens actually created and made absolutely amazing, and finally the rest of the world caught on and started doing it as well. And basically baking is done with any translucent powder. For a long time I was using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, but recently I have discovered this wonderful little baby and I can't stop using it. So unfortunately Laura Mercier is gonna have to take a little break because I'm going to be using this. What is this? This is actually one of our mineral powders. It is a concealer, but it is in the lightest shade Fresh, so it's actually a translucent powder. You can really bake with anything you want. A lot of people will bake with what they normally would set their foundation with. You just want it to be a powder, obviously, so it's easy to put on, and you want it to be translucent. The cool part about this stuff is it comes in there, and it looks very yellow on camera, but whoop, I just got all over my shirt, but it is not as yellow. You'll see when I put it on my face, hopefully, but maybe not because of this light. You want it to be a translucent powder. Some people will use whites. Some people will go for yellows. The cool part about this is I feel like it's kind of a combination of both, so I'm obsessed with using it. I did not ever think to use this stuff as a translucent powder because I honestly thought concealer, didn't really realize it was translucent, but I saw this YouTuber use it, and ever since she told me, I ordered it and I just can't stop. So you can use this brush, could come in handy right now. You could use a brush more like this. You could really use whatever you want to apply it, but I'm gonna go right in with this. So with the Beauty Blender, you want it to still be a little bit of damp, and you are going to literally just go in and pile it on. You want it to be a little cakey. You want it to like look a little bumpy, like there's excess product. And you're pretty much gonna put it in the areas where you have put concealer. Now, a lot of you probably want to know, what is the difference between baking and setting? If we were setting the under eye, we would be putting a tiny little bit, like a little drop like that, and we would, I'll do some on the forehead. We would really just be going through and blending it and just really making sure that, you know, we're setting the face, or maybe even using a brush. With this, that will hold your makeup on. That'll make it last. That'll make it not crease. But this will make it last forever. I did engagement photos on the beach first thing in the morning when I was on vacation, and my face, after I stayed at the beach obviously, and my face did not move all day. In salt water, in sweat, it was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe it. It held all day, and although I think a lot of it has to do with the primer and the liquid foundation, baking is the other part of it. So you're going to do it under the eyes. You could do a little bit on the forehead, but you don't necessarily need as much. Some people will do their nose. You could do a little bit on the chin. And then the last part, I told you earlier we would go through and clean up. So you can go right down the chin, and you can see you're just making that contour line that we made earlier just nice and heavy. Or going through and just kind of making sure like you want it on there. And you can see I look like a psycho and a maniac, but the cool part about translucent powders is once you are done, they wipe right away. Now, you want to leave it on for 5 minutes, anywhere to 15 minutes. I usually leave it on for 10 minutes. What I do is after I do this, I will usually go in and do my eyeshadow. The cool part about that is if when you're doing your eyeshadow, you get any residue below, when you wipe it away in the end, it will get rid of that too. So it's a nice way of, I like doing my foundation before my eyeshadow. So it's a nice way of being able to do your foundation and your concealer before your eyeshadow, but not screwing it up underneath your eyes. So why does this keep the makeup on your skin so well? This is why. Your body heat, your body temperature, most people are around 98 degrees. It comes through the skin, and when it comes through, it can't get out because this powder is there. So this powder, your body heat together, literally will cook the concealer onto your face. So you are cooking it on your face, and you're making sure that it is going to last all day. It will not break up, it will not crease, and it will give you that flawless 3D photo finish that you are looking for, because who isn't looking for that? It's amazing. So normally I would leave it on a lot longer than this, but I'm not doing my makeup to go anywhere, so I don't really care if it holds. So I am gonna quickly wipe it away. You can wipe it away with anything you want. You could use this brush. You could use this brush. You could use a brush like this. You can do this. Get it off my nose. Go that, and you can see how that just defined the contour line so much more. Wipe it off there and wipe it off there. And as you can see, it lightens my skin a little tiny bit, but not, it's translucent. It's not gonna like completely change the color of your skin. Blend it in a little bit more here. I can't tell if it's the light or if it's just, oh my God, that's so better. So much better. I should have been doing it this way all along. Oh well. When you know better, you do better. Okay, so I went through and I blended everything a little bit more. I added some blush, figured I didn't need to do that on camera because this is already getting really long. And now we are on to highlighting. Highlighting are my favorite makeup products ever. I love highlighting so much. Obviously lipstick is my favorite, but if you know me, you know I love a good highlight. That's like all I care about. I will put highlight on and nothing else whatsoever. So a couple good things that you can highlight with. Jaclyn Hill has a color called Champagne Pop. She creates it with Becca. It's phenomenal, but I smashed it into a million pieces on vacation and I don't really want to talk about it. Another good one is the Mary Luminizer or Mary Lou Illuminizer. I forget what it's called. I only have it in a little sample size, but that's a good one too. But my newfound obsession is actually one of our mineral pigment eyeshadows. We have these in tons of colors, matte shades and shimmer shades, and this is in the shade Sexy. When I found out that you could use this as a highlight, it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind. So you're gonna get some on a brush, And you're literally gonna put it in the spots where the sun would hit. Kind of as this light is hitting my face, this annoying light that I've been complaining about the whole time. When it hits my face, the spots that it's like really hitting in, that's where you wanna highlight. So we're gonna go through and you are literally just gonna kinda create a nice little line. You can use all different, and you can already see it's better. You can use all different kinds of brushes for this. This is a good one to use for this. And you just want to go in and blend it. You can use a lot, you can use a little, you can use however much you want. You can just shine, shine, shine. And then let me get some more out. Another place that you're gonna go ahead and highlight is a little bit in the center of the forehead. You can blend that out a little bit and down the nose. And then right on top of the Cupid's bow. Just right there. And then honestly, if I already have a lipstick color on, I will go through and kind of put it over my lips to just add a nice extra shimmer. Just kind of go through and blend. Another thing that if you do not want to invest in a highlighter, but you're crazy about our bronzer, you could go through and highlight with this shade here. I just like a little bit of a lighter one, but it's really whatever. Whatever you feel is best, whatever you think is up to you. So as you can see, I have highlighted the areas that I want. My highlight just knocked the phone right out of my hands. Okay guys, so I went in and I added some lipstick and then I did my eye makeup just because the contour was so intense that it just looks insane without eye makeup. I also went in and highlighted up here a little bit underneath the eyebrows just for a little bit added highlight. And then you could also, I didn't, but you could also highlight above the eyebrows too. Everyone's face is different, so really you can highlight wherever on your face works for you. I will post a picture down below of this whole finished look so you can kind of get a better idea. Like I said, I know this light isn't great. If you have any questions about any of the products I used today, as always, message me, comment below, yell my name, do whatever you have to do to get my attention, and I will be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and have a great night, guys. Bye.